Did that kind of end a pretty good week for you and your team, do you think?
It ended the week. That's about all it did.
Why wouldn't you say it was a good week?
I think we made too many mistakes. You're not going to win football games with the amount of mistakes that we made, the penalties that we made, the missed tackles that we had, the missed opportunities because of the penalties. You're not going to win very many games like that.
Which of the penalties was that?
Every one of them.
You mentioned the missed tackling, Freddie. Was it kind of throughout the whole game, or happened later in the game?
Well, I mean, no, it happened. I mean, their first scoring drive, we had 3 missed tackles on that drive alone. All right, so we just have to do better. We got to do a better job of making the plays that are just there to be made. I think our expectations for ourselves is a lot higher than what we demonstrated today.
How about, can you talk about Garrett Gilbert's performance and what it was like?
I was very happy with Garrett. He came in, had control of the huddle, got the guys lined up, made some plays, made the plays that he was supposed to make, and eliminated the mistakes. So I thought he performed very well. And I think given the circumstances, David Blau did also. He made some plays. After overtime, protection started wearing down a little bit, and it's hard for anybody like that then. But both those guys have been getting better, constantly getting better throughout the course of training camp. And we've got a lot of guys that are getting better. It's just the penalties are very disappointing.
What went into resting Baker and some of the other guys?
We got our work done during the week. That was it.
You used 3 different, first 3 series, you had 3 different offensive line combinations.
Mm-hmm.
Was there one in particular that you liked without looking at the film?
Well, it was strictly we wanted to get some of our starters out after the first series. It just so happened that it was a short drive, and then we put the next wave in there, and then we wanted to get our tackle out. It just ended up like that. There was no significance for any of it.
Do you feel good about what you accomplished as a team in the joint practices? And then, if so, was tonight a little disappointing?
It was not disappointing from a competitive standpoint. All right, I thought they competed. I thought they were tough and physical. I think we got to play smarter. All right, we want a smart, tough football team. That's what I said from the beginning. We were not smart tonight.
What did you think of Montgomery?
I thought he had a couple of nice plays there, and had a missed opportunity on another one. So, yeah, so that's a big third down play. I think it was third down. I'm not sure, but that's a big play. We can't. He's got he's coming on now. He's had a pretty good week, and he's starting to show up more. But again, I want to know what I'm getting. I've said this before. I want to know what I'm getting when they cross that white line. All right, and if that's, I just want to know what I'm getting.
Willis didn't seem to play on offense, I don't think, until the second half.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Derek Willis, I don't think, played on offense until the second half of the game. Is there some reason why Willis is not in there?
We were in a rotation. Just he just ended up not being in there until then.
How concerned are you about the 2 field goal misses, Freddie?
I want them through the uprights. I don't care how they get there.
Is it a mitigating factor that they were such long kicks, or does that not matter to you?
I think they had the distance. So the first ball was hit very good. The first miss was hit good. It just didn't go through. Both those guys can kick the ball that far. I just want it through the upright.
Is Corbin still in the mix for right guard?
Everybody on our team's in the mix for right guard, but we're going to evaluate. We kind of self-evaluate at the end of every game, at the end of every practice, actually. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I think on 3rd and 3 we need to get the snap. All right, so I don't know what to say.
Why sit Stanton tonight? Did you just want an extended look at?
Yeah, we wanted Garrett to play the first half and David to play the second. So once you do that, yeah, I mean, just the extended look. I wanted them to know going in they had to have, and both of them knew it.
His backup quarterback,
That,
pretty well set.
I'm sorry. I think it helps when you know I've got the whole half. So mentally, you can get ready a little better because that's the way you play the game. Now, from a backup quarterback standpoint, you have to be ready to go in a moment's notice. But so yeah, I didn't want them thinking, okay, maybe the second series, maybe the third series. Hey, you're playing the first half, he's playing the second. Drew and Baker got a lot of good work during the course of the week.
Is Drew pretty well, written in stone as your backup quarterback, and Garrett's mostly kind of solidifying the third spot?
Well, I mean, everything's open right now, but Drew's our backup quarterback. Drew brings a lot of value to the team. So yeah, Drew's our backup quarterback.
What did you think of Johnson out of the backfield?
Dearnest, I call guys by first names. So that's Coach Saban taught me that a long time ago. I thought he had some nice runs. He had some nice physical runs. Didn't show up in pass protection that much because they didn't pressure. But I think he had a couple of catches too out of the backfield that he did something with. I think he's continuing to get better. He's kind of one of those guys that you didn't really know much about. We signed him late, and he's just kind of worked himself into a pretty good player.
A couple weeks ago, you said you didn't want to crown Garrett Gilbert just yet, but what have you liked about the way he's?
I like that he's getting better every time he goes out there. I like that it doesn't seem too big for him. I like that he makes good decisions. I like that he's able to get coached. It's kind of a misnomer. These quarterbacks, they kind of get coached pretty hard. So I like the fact that he can get coached hard. All right. And I like the fact that he's just keeps his head down and works.
Did you know coming into this week that you were going to rest Baker and some of those guys, or did that Thursday awesome practice earn them this day?
Awesome, huh? Wow. I think I felt like if we got accomplished what we needed to get accomplished on Wednesday and Thursday, that they would sit. And that's what happened. I would have liked to have sit some other guys defensively, but numbers-wise, we just couldn't do it. But I tell you, that's how they bought into this. All right, they sucked it up for the team. They knew they had to get some snaps in to prolong the inevitable of coming out of the game and being done, and then you got to go with what you got. So I appreciate those guys. They know I appreciate that because they kind of took one for the team.
You mentioned the defense. It looked like pretty much everybody is in there except for Denzel Ward and Myles Garrett. I know Denzel's been dealing with something, but is there something going on with Garrett, or was it just a kind of get number?
Just a little banged up. Happened one of the very last plays the other day, but he'll be fine. It's just, again, if they're a little bit banged up, I'm going to make sure they're fine before. If we'd have played a game today, he'd have been out there.
Drew Ford saw times both left and right guard. He got back-to-back possessions in the first half. Without looking at the film, what do you have to say about his play?
He didn't really stand, show up. So that's a good thing, Drew has been getting better. Again, I said this the other day. He started off, everybody's like wondering, who this guy is. And he just keeps his head down, keeps working, and before you know it, people start talking about him in a positive manner. And that's what we want. We want everybody just to keep their head down and keep moving. Not worrying about anything outside, not worrying about what any of you guys are talking about. Just get better individually. Just get better, and then collectively as a team, it'll show up.
Would you have to maybe just coach up your rookies a little bit better on some of the, penalty stuff?
Well, I think, I'm really, really upset about the penalties because that's not who we are. That's not who we want to be, and that's not our expectation. But I'll say this, that there's a transition that goes on as a rookie, and understanding what gets called, what doesn't get called. And I would say, without knowing specifics, I would say a lot of those penalties we had were rookies. So, I think it's the fact that, it is the preseason. They need to learn what gets called and what doesn't. But again, it's not acceptable. I don't care when it is or who made it.